Assalamu alaikum dear students. As you know, we have started the chapter number 1 from the book D1. In earlier lecture we have learned about factorization and prime factorization. If you wanted to learn those concepts, I will give the link of those videos in the description. You can learn those, and in today's video we are going to learn about highest common factor and lowest common multiple. So let's start our today's lecture. So to find the HCF of a number, first we have to list all the factors of that number. For example, if we want to find the HCF of 18 and 30, first we have to list all the factors of that number. Like for 18, the first factor is 1 into 18, 2 into 9, and 3 into 6. Similarly, the factors of 30 are 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10, and 5 into 6. And once you have find out all the factors, then you have to list those factors in this way, like we have written the factors of 18 and then factor of 30. And after listing these factors, we will see that which one of the factor is common and the highest. So the 6 is the highest common factor in both these two number 18 and 30. So we can say that the highest common factor of 18 and 30 is 6. So this is the way how you can find out the HCF of two numbers by simply listing its common factors and then picking the highest common factor from these two numbers. But this question is quite easy if the numbers are very small, like 18 and 30. If we get or we encounter some larger number, to list the common factors and then finding out the highest common is quite laborious. So we have to learn some other simplest method so we can deal with the larger number in the very easy way, in a very easy manner. The first method to determine the HCF of two number is to determine it by finding out its prime factors. So let's do it. The number 18, first of all we will find the factors of 18, like 2 into 9 and then 2 and 3 into 3. So the prime factors of 18 are 2, 3 and 3. We will write these factors as we have written in 18 is equal to 2 into 3 into 3. Similarly, next we will find the prime factors of the number 30. So its prime factor would be 2 and then 15 is split into 3 and 5. So 2, 3 and 5 are its prime factor. So we have listed the prime factors of the two numbers, and then what we are going to do is to find out the common prime factors among these numbers. So 2 and 3 are the two common prime factors in 18 and 30. So if we multiply these two common prime factors, we will find the HCF of that number. So this is the method of finding out HCF by prime factorization method. The second and the mostly used method of finding the HCF is by the division method. This is the method which is mostly used whenever we have to find out the HCF of the numbers. So we are going to learn the division method. In this method, first we have written the numbers whose HCF we have to find out, like 18 and 30, and then we start dividing these number by the lowest prime factor. Like and the number and the prime number on which both of these numbers are divisible. So these two numbers 18 and 30 are divisible by 2, so we divided them and we get 9 and 15. Again we see that 9 and 15 can be divided by another prime number, that is 3. So again we divide the 9 and 15 by 3 and get 3 and 5. And now the 3 and 5 do not are not going to divide by any of the common prime factors. So we stop dividing here and then list the numbers, list the prime factors like this, and then we multiply them to get the HCF of that number. Now let's start this division method to practice on three numbers. In the three numbers we have 40, 60 and 100. Like we have to find the HCF of 40, 60 and 100, and as we see that all numbers are ending on 0, so it means that these numbers are divisible by 2. We divided them on 2 and get 20, 30 and 50 respectively. And then we see again these numbers are ending on 0, so again we can divide it in them in on 2 and we get 10, 15 and 25. And then we see that 10, 15 and 25 are divisible by the prime number 5, so we divide them and get 2, 3 and 5, and we will stop dividing because there are no common prime factors for 2, 3 and 5. And then we will list all these common prime factors like that, 2 into 2 into 5, and then multiply to get the HCF, that is 20. So the HCF of the numbers 40, 60 and 100 is 20. So you see, this is the most easiest method to find the HCF of any number, either there are two numbers or the three numbers. Now we are going to learn lowest common multiples or LCM. So as the name suggests that in finding lowest common multiples, we have to list the multiples of the number we are going to find out their lowest common multiple. So first we are going to take an example in which we are going to find the lowest common multiple of the number 6 and 10. So first of all we are going to list the multiples of 6, that are 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42 and so on. And similarly the multiples of 10s are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and so on. And then we will see, or we are going to pick the lowest common multiple, that is 30. So this is by definition the way of finding the lowest common multiple of any two numbers. But this method which is called the listing method is again quite laborious and can be applicable or can easily apply on small numbers. But to find out the LCM of the highest level, we have to find some other easy method that we are going to do in the next section of our video. The second method to find out the LCM of numbers 30 and 60 is the prime factorization. In this method we will first list those two numbers whose LCM we are going to find, that is 30 and 60, and then start dividing it by the common prime factor. So if we see 30 and 36, we see that these numbers are divisible by 2, so the answer will be 15 and 18. And again 15 and 18 are divisible by another prime number, that is 3, so the answer is 5 and 6. But these two numbers are not divisible by any common prime factor, so we stop dividing here and then list the common prime factors of these two numbers, that is 2 and 3. But unlike HCF, we will also write the numbers which are the remaining two factors. So we will also write 5 and 6, and then we will multiply these numbers to get the LCM of those two numbers. So now we are going to apply the method of prime factorization to determine the LCM of number 12, 18 and 56. Like we have determined earlier the LCM of two numbers. Now we are going to determine the LCM of three numbers. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to find out the prime factors of these numbers. Like the first number 12 is having prime factor 2 and 2, 2 and 3. So we have written these prime factors. Then we have to find out the factors of second number, that is 18, and its factors are 2, 3 and 3, and we have listed these factors here. And then the third number 56, we will find the factors of 56 that we are finding with the factor tree. So its prime factor will be 2, 2, 2 and 7, and we have written these factors here in front of 56. So after writing all these prime factors, now we will see that what we are going to do, we are going to list first the common prime factors. Like the first common prime factor in all these two number is 2, then again 2 which is common in the two numbers, then 3, and then the remaining the remaining prime numbers are also listed here, and then multiply all these prime numbers to find out the LCM of these three numbers. And we can see that the multiple of all these prime number is 504. So LCM of 12, 18 and 56 is 504. I hope you have learned the concept of HCF and LCM, and if you have any question you can ask in the comment section, and please stay connected and subscribe our channel for more upcoming education.